Hi everyone, welcome to X's and O's with LeRoy Butler. And we are going to look at a running play from the Jacksonville game. And this was an attempt by Mike McCarthy to, try to throw another wrinkle into the run game and get things going, sort of tailored for a quick back like Alex Green. And so what he did was he brought in Evan Dietrich-Smith as a third tight end. Lined him up next to Brian Bulaga. And then in sort of a odd formation, he put Tom Crabtree, two tight ends, Tom Crabtree and DJ Williams to the right, offset off the line. So why don't you kind of show what Dietrich-Smith did and what they're sort of looking for on this right side here.
Yeah, the reason why, and Mike Sherman used to run this play with Kevin Berry.
Kevin Berry,
He used to call it
U71.
71, right. And I remember there's no fullback. So the object of this, Tom, is you want to make Alex Green and this safety one-on-one. You want to get everybody blocked, get him one-on-one, make him miss, you may have a touchdown. So, and the object of these two guys really is just later, they got plays later, is to just hold it, the point of attack, because they got pass plays off of it. But let's get to the run first. You got to be stout here. Now, Sitton got to come off heavy on this guy to make sure that there's no penetration. So the first time, he does pretty well. And even Bulaga gets a nice solid block. And Evan Dietrich-Smith gets a nice solid block. And all these guys kind of crash. And then when Green gets the ball, Tom, he's right here. He's one-on-one. And this guy from Jacksonville, 26, he makes a great tackle right there. And that was on 3rd and 1.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking, if you can get it that far, you gotta make this guy miss. And the coaches are probably saying, would Starks make this guy miss? Maybe they'll bring Starks in on 3rd and 1 because he's a bigger back.
But Green's a quicker back.
Right. But we also, when this play doesn't work, it's the penetration.
Right. And what they were we looked at another play. It wasn't a short yardage. And what they did, two different examples of how this play can go. Now they got Dietrich-Smith, he's blocking down, Crabtree's here, he's here. And it's up to Bulaga and Sitton to get this guy. So
they got to get that block.
Right. Now what happened, in this particular run?
This guy kind of penetrated here, and Bulaga kind of came down, and he tripped on his foot and fell.
Yeah.
So if you're a coach, it's kind of a head scratcher, because remember, you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 guys on this side. They got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, possibly 6, but he's on the other side. So you're thinking it's one-on-one, but we got a double block here, and you can scoop up to the next level and cut anybody off. But again, the athletic ability of Alex Green did not show up on this particular play.
What this shows is kind of a combination of how it's sometimes the offensive line and it's sometimes the back. On the previous play, it was up. They got Green to the second level.
They got him to the second level.
And it's up to him to beat the safety.
On him. Right.
On this one, this guy got right underneath Josh Sitton's pads. Josh Sitton was too high, pushed him back, pushed Bulaga, as a result, pushed Bulaga back, and Green trips over him. Now, if he doesn't trip over him, he probably could have taken it outside. That's probably where he would have gone from what we could tell watching the thing. But it shows you that it's so many little things. It's a combination. It's not always the offensive line. It's not always the running
And you
back.
see the stats, you blame it on the back. Oh, you only have 2 points per carry. Real quick, the Packers have a play off of this, and it's a pass play to basically that Rodgers will play action. Now Jones would come in and run, like a post corner to clear it out. These two guys, Crabtree will run up and run what we call a 7 route, and DJ Williams or Jermichael Finley runs it's called a snake route. And it's off of play action. And all these guys will be attacking the line of scrimmage. He's going to be wide open for a touchdown. They'll probably have to use this, 3 weeks down the road. But remember that you heard it first, that play's going to be wide open.
Okay, and I would look for them to use more of Evan Dietrich-Smith in that role.
Yes, they could do
like
that.
They had some success with it.
And they could, Tom, real quick, they could move Evan Dietrich-Smith inside and move Balaga outside to get a bigger guy, or they can move him anywhere down here and put, as one of these other guys at tight end and still run the same play.
Right, and they can put a tight end here in balance, or here they have a strong imbalance to the right, but they can balance, move a guy in motion, whatever.
Absolutely.
So there's a lot of options off of that. Next, we're going to look at how teams cover Jermichael Finley around the goal line. Okay, so this is, again, is from the Jacksonville game, and the Packers are down on, I believe it's the 1 yard line. And they come out with an empty backfield. They've got 4 wide receivers and Jermichael Finley right here. And so part of what we're going to show here is the attention that Finley draws in this situation. Teams do not want to give him the option to they don't want Rodgers to an option to throw to him. And so essentially what you get is kind of a man-to-man coverage here, although this guy helps out a little bit with Driver. Cobb runs up here and Boykin there. Okay, so show what happens with Finley on this particular play.
And see, and again, you got 4 wides and you got a tight end. So you think the matchup, and Rodgers based everything off of matchups, the best matchup would be Jermichael Finley on the linebacker. Or safety. Or safety.
In this case.
But after he gets the ball dropped back, Tom, the safety kind of filtered right here, right up top of Jermichael Finley. And then you had the linebacker coming in his way. Then you had the tackle jam, and he worked his way in that department. So if you look at it, and Jermichael Finley just kind of worked his way and stopped right here. You got 3 guys paying attention to him. Now, you got everybody else with pretty much one-on-ones. And, you got these guys got to win their match.
Right. And so, on the one hand, this is okay because it's freeing up the one-on-one.
Yes.
And we saw the week before in St. Louis, this was Randall Cobb, and Finley drew 2 guys, and it helped draw one-on-one, and he scored up there. Now, and this is sort of doesn't have to do with Finley and the coverage, but we kind of saw while watching this play, it was kind of odd. And basically what happened was it looked like it was a rollout to the right because Newhouse blocks this way, they're all blocking this way, and it looks like Rodgers should go this way. But all of a sudden he just kind of stands there and doesn't roll to the right. So
I think they take away his first read. So he got to go through his progression. And he realizes that most teams between the 5-yard line to the goal line play man-to-man. But Jacksonville chose to play zone. So it kind of caught him off guard a little bit.
But did he just abandon the play that they had and decide, okay, I'm going to go back shoulder to James Jones? I mean,
it looked like he really wanted to back shoulder James Jones, but James Jones wasn't running that route.
And he wasn't open.
Yeah, he wasn't. That's true, he wasn't open.
And the other thing was, because Newhouse is blocking this way the way he's supposed to, this guy just came in and was in Rodgers' face before he knew it, and he ended up just throwing it away.
And they have wrinkles on this play. 2 quick things. One thing is that Cobb will come in when the ball snaps. He'll come in motion, and Rodgers will kind of swing this way. And he'll shuffle past to him, and Cobb will score.
They've done that.
They also have a play to where these guys will just all go wide, and then Rodgers goes back 7 to 10 yards, and he'll run a quarterback draw. And these guys, remember, they'll go to Finley. The middle opens wide up. Again, the matchups would be Donald Driver, which he scored on a play.
Later you saw that.
Later he scored.
In the same formation.
He has a safety on him, and he can work his way either way. It's a pivot route. He can go in or out. In this case, if he comes in, he's open. If he goes out, he's going to be open. So that's a good thing about McCarthy's offense. It's always a progression to it. It's just up to Rodgers to get comfortable with the progression.
We hope that showed you a little bit about Packers offense, and be sure to join us again next week after the Arizona game.
Arizona.
See you next week.